their arms.
Hey there folks, how's it in Aloha? Bob Rogers here, and welcome to Hawaiian Trike. In today's episode we're going to talk about riding highways on a recumbent trike. I know most of you guys have awesome bike paths, but maybe there are some of you that have to share the road with vehicles. Because of my lack of bike paths here in the islands, I pretty much grew up riding on highways. With that being said, please note that highway riding is not for everyone. I have 60 years of diamond frame experience riding the roads of the islands. I've only got 2 years of riding a trike on these roads of Oahu, but with my year of riding and filming all around the island, I feel that I have a pretty comfortable level of highways and streets of Honolulu and its outlying communities. I also have ridden a diamond frame for 10 years on our RV treks all across America, and because of unfamiliarity, I rarely rode highways and stuck to the trails and bike paths. Our primary visuals today will be on Kamehameha Highway along the North Shore of Oahu. Us local, or KAMEHAMEHA, call it Kam Highway for short. This road goes about halfway around the island and in most cases the only way to get from point A to point B as it follows the coastline. That stoplight back there at my hometown of Laie is one of only 3 in a 50-mile radius on the North Shore of Oahu. It's our country highway ride. So we'll stay on the highway for the entire ride out to Three Tables, which is the beach right before Waimea Bay, 13 miles one way. We are so fortunate that most of this ride has a 3-foot shoulder on either side, which gives us a bike lane. A lot of people think the recumbent trike takes up much more room on the shoulder of a road. But if you measure wheel to wheel, that's 33 inches for a trike, and if you measure the handlebar on a diamond frame bike and the shoulder width of the rider, you're looking at around 28 inches. So that's about a 5-inch to 6-inch difference there. So overall, we're not taking up that much more room on the shoulder of a road. Most of the speed limit is 35, but there are times it gets up to 45, so we do have to be cautious. I wear the brightest colors, have my flag hanging high above the trike, and rear lights flashing. I remember to give a shaka sign to all the nice people that drive a wide path around me as they pass me. I get lots of toots from people who I've met or know me. Often I don't even recognize their vehicle, but I just give a friendly wave back to them. For some reason I also get a lot of horn toots from big truckers, as we seem to have a communal connection as we share the road. I suspect that they have no insecurities about their vehicle's position on the highways. Yes, I often ride down the middle of my lane if there are no cars, as sometimes there are debris on the shoulders. I do have to watch for other cars coming from the other direction, as some of them could be passing another vehicle, which rarely happens. I also have to share the road with vehicles when going over a bridge or culvert with no shoulders, a trademark of ancient Kam Highway. It's my job to make sure I'm totally visible to the traffic that passes me by. It was really important that I added 2 mirrors to my trike and tend to check them as each car passes me along the highway. I think it's also important to maintain our fitness and agility to ride the highways, but I know I'm not that youngster I once was, so I do ride with more caution and try to keep an accurate assessment of those abilities. As we make our way to Oahu's North Shore, we now get to ride on a newly paved road adjacent to the North Shore bike path. This is along the 7-mile miracle of world-famous big wave surf spots. I often hop on the bike path on the return trip to check out the surf at Sunset Beach, Pipeline, Sharks Cove, and Waimea Bay. The repaving has given us a decent shoulder, though sometimes the ocean spills sands over the highways and covers up our shoulders. Looks like we have a contraflow lane up ahead as they're continuing to repave and repair the highway. If I'm filming and talking while I ride on the highways, I now use a mounted 360 GoPro that gives me both hands on the wheel. Today, since I'm using the voiceover technique, I feel comfortable using one hand to film some of the way. It's really the talking that gets me distracted. Good thing is that the traffic has slowed down. I get easily distracted with the visuals as we ride through the small town of Pupukea. Tourists have taken over the highways and shoulders, and we have to be aware of their unfamiliarity of the island roads. Well, that's one of the issues of riding on the highway. We have to concentrate and keep an eye on the vehicles and the pedestrians. And I so want to look at the scenery. I want to check out the surf, check out the waves, the beautiful landscape. Well, fortunately, the work on the highway and the contraflow has given me some solitude on this side of the highway as we near the turnaround point of our ride here on Kam Highway. Well, that's the end of our highway ride that we're going to do today. And so what we do is after our turnaround point here at 3 Tables, we're going to take the bike path. So we're going to drop our speed from about 16, 17 miles an hour to about from 10 to 12 miles per hour. And a good reason to be on the bike path today is the traffic that you see there. They're paving the road, doing some work, and so we get the luxury of having an alternative ride. Well, before we head back, let's take a look at the surf. So sometimes that highway ride is really great. We get to come out here and watch Mother Nature at its finest. Well, let's get up here, get back on up on the bike path. Hope you guys enjoyed our little tour of the highway riding on a recumbent trike. And unfortunately, I have mostly highway rides. But I've done it so many times, I kind of got it down. Make sure I'm safe as best as possible. So we're taking the scenic route home. Get off of that highway for a little bit, at least for about 4 or 5 miles, and then I'm on highway, but it's less crowded. And this is Sharks Cove tide pools that we just passed there. And I've showed it to you many times, but this is Sharks Cove. No scuba divers or snorkelers today, too much waves going on.
Tell me of your Euro days and the things you have seen. Won't you pardon me, man? I think my ride is here. I got a window seat on a song and it's sunny and clear. She said, hoop, 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 Charlie, won't you come home? She said, hoop.
All right, we got the bumpy bike path that we're taking home. The scenic route, we got to stop by all the surf spots and stay off the highway. Hope you guys enjoyed our little talk about highway riding. You guys be healthy, safe, and always be happy. We'll see you on the next ride. Aloha.
My island girl is there on the road when it makes me feel weary.
Thank you.
You'll always be there for me on these tropical shores. As we walk hand in hand, I hear the ocean's deafening